Hello. Okay, looks good. Looks like I've kind of got all the I's in a row today. We'll see. Welcome to our daily devotional. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that this is a portentous and somewhat anxiety making day. But I'd like to also just note that um, whatever the outcome of today, no matter what happens, hello, there will still be cuteness. There will still be life force. There will still be the sun coming up and the moon going around. And we get to decide who we will be. So no matter what happens, no matter if we feel anxious, no matter if we feel victorious, no matter if we feel angry, today and every day, it's a day for compassion, and it's a day for us to be our best selves. So I think it's important to remember that none of what happens here in this plane lasts forever. Everything changes. And if we pay attention over lifetimes, we will see those changes. It's wonderful to be able to see a major change in one's own lifetime for the better. But some of the biggest changes that need to be made, we're going to have to see them in different bodies. So let's just keep in mind the eternal nature of the spirit and cultivate the best possible outcome for that. And let's begin our short practice. Madre mía, Santa Muerte, ante las dificultades de la vida, ayúdame. En mis desaciertos, ilumíname. En mis soledades, acompáñeme. En las horas difíciles, consuélame. En más tentaciones, defiéndeme. En las penas y tristezas, fortaléceme. Con tu inmenso poder, protégeme. Con tu infinito amor, ámame. Con tu gran bondad, mírame. Con tu mano providente, guíame. Así sea por siempre. Amén. And let's see what the message is for today from Santísima Muerte. We're using the Jade Oracle by Veronica Iglesias and Ann Key. Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent. I feel very relieved to see this. The feathered serpent, Quetzalcoatl, represents the highest level of precious knowledge. He was the creator of human beings. He collected the bones and added his own sacrificial blood as Cihuacuatl Quilatzli ground the bones. He is also Ehacatl, the spirit of the wind, and he paves the way for rain. As Tlahuizcalpantecutli, the planet Venus, he is the morning star, the brightest planet in the sky. When Quetzalcoatl appears, you know that you have reached your highest peak. You are the master creator, able to move between worlds. You can stand at the center of Los Cuatro Vientos, the four winds, strong and able to handle any situation. You are in control of your life. Quetzalcoatl is like a savior figure. He is a rescuer. He's a protector. And I've known him to be, as he's appeared to my husband, an extremely benevolent and loving figure who fiercely defends right and justice. I think that today, all of us are both hopeful and a little bit at risk of thinking, no matter the outcome of the election, that there will be a savior in our government. But this government is not going to save us, no matter who wins this election. The government does not save us because the government is not in the business of saving. If there is to be any saving, that saving will come from heart and integrity and human beings acting with righteousness and goodness toward one another. So let's make sure today, no matter what, that we're not going to lionize or make a messiah of anyone who might ascend to a political office. If they are noble and dignified in their actions, we will know it and they will have earned respect in time. But this can't be either the beginning or the end of our work. Our work has to be a sustained drumbeat over time without a sense of starting or stopping, because justice doesn't rest. Justice doesn't pause. There's no beginning to it, and there's no end to it. It is an eternal energy within an eternal field. All that we have to do is remember it and then take action. So let's do that today and every day, regardless of the results of this election, regardless of what anybody says or does. Let's act ourselves with justice in mind. And that is our short bit for today. If you need to move on with your day, go right ahead. But if you'd like to stay for Guanyin practice, our longer daily practice, you're welcome to. And I'd like to just point out, you might have noticed up on the shrine that there's a new statue over here. This new statue is actually an antique incense burner that was found by Priestess Holly of the temple, and she and I coordinated together to get it here. Thank you so much, Priestess Holly. And also, I received these two statues recently. This one, which I don't know if you can see, it's really sweet. It's a tiny Guanyin on a dragon. And then it's made, this came from Heather. Thank you, Heather. And it came from inspiredsculptures.com. And Inspired Sculptures also has an Etsy store. And in the past, Priestess Tara gave me one of these statues, and whenever somebody gives me a statue for the temple from inspiredsculptures.com, and tells her it's for this project, she usually also throws in another tiny statue so that we get two in our shipment of one. So thank you so much, Heather, and thank you to inspiredsculptures.com for sending these beautiful guanyins, and they're going to go in the temple. And then this past weekend, I also received 3 other donations of statues for the temple, that one of which is quite large and heavy, and the other 2 are also large and delicate. So they're already enshrined at the temple, and I'll show them to you the next time I'm there for practice. But now let's go ahead and begin our practice with 3 prostrations before the shrine of Guanyin. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention today on this election day for the benefit of all beings, regardless of the outcome of this election, that all beings will have the awakening and move as one body toward enlightenment. And let's recite the 4 immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. And let's make our offerings. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering for Guan Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Omahum. 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 Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. And now let's awaken the green light of heart, the pink light of Guan Yin, with 108 recitations of Namo Guanxi Pusa. Namo Guanxi Pusa, 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 Namo Quan Shi Yin Pu Sa, 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 Namo Quan Shi Yin Pu Sa. Mindfulness Reflections by Guru Rinpoche. Whatever actions you engage in, do not do anything non-dharmic that fails to become the accumulation of merit and wisdom. Do not desire anything other than omniscient Buddhahood and benefiting sentient beings. Do not be attached to anything. Attachment itself is the root of bondage. Do not criticize other teachings and do not disparage people. All the teachings are ultimately indivisible, like the taste of salt. Do not criticize any of the higher or lower vehicles. They are identical in being the path to be journeyed, just like the steps on a staircase. You cannot know another person unless you can perceive with super knowledge. So do not criticize others. In general, all sentient beings are by their very nature spontaneously perfect Buddhas. They possess the essence of enlightenment. Do not examine other people's faults or delusions. Do not examine the limitations of others. Examine how you can change your own. Do not examine the shortcomings of others, but examine your own shortcomings. The greatest of evils is to hold religious prejudice and to criticize other people without knowing their mind. So give up prejudice as if it were poison. And now let's offer 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum for the benefit of all beings. And let's envision, what's Guan Yin doing today? What's Guan Yin doing today? She's not checking the internet every 5 minutes, and she's not fighting with people in the comments sections. Guan Yin is not fretting and getting angry. She's definitely not stockpiling weapons. Guan Yin might not even know that there's an election going on today, or might be somewhat dimly aware of it, but she's so busy attending to the suffering of living beings that she doesn't really spend a lot of time emotionally fretting over what's happening today. She just knows that regardless of the things that are happening that are largely beyond her control, she is here to help. And that is the Bodhisattva path. So let's be on it with her today. I am here to help no matter what happens with this election. I am here to be with the goddess no matter what happens with this election. I am here to be with the Dharma no matter what happens with this election. Let's remember, no matter what, who we are and who we will be. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti, through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss, Yeshe Wangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. Just remember, no matter what happens today, you know what'll be here tomorrow? The Dharma, Guanyin practice, and me. So I hope you will be here tomorrow too. See you later.